Okay. All right, all right. This is Kim Klaver. We're going to start here in just a few minutes. So hang tight. We're going to start cooking in about 3 minutes. Can you guys hear me okay? Let's see. Oh, good. Hey, Vic, can you hear me all right? Can you guys hear me? Tom, Neil? Just type in the chat that yes, you can hear.
Hey,
Say yes, yes.
Yep.
You can hear Vic?
Yeah, can hear you.
All
really
right,
good.
lady. I did it right too. All right. I'll leave you. I'll be back in a minute.
All right, have fun.
Okay,
Bye.
cool.
Well, hello, everybody that's 2 minutes early. It's good to see the early birds. I like early birds. Hey, Antoinette, and I bet you Ellen's there too, hopefully. Hi, I can hear. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm going to have you verify because I know we just talked yesterday, so you know you're my sound engineer. Yes, yes, good. All right, we've got another minute or two, but do tell everybody that's here where you're from. I know, but nobody else does since you're a first timer here. And while people are piling in, welcome to Kim Klaver's class. I call it a class because every week or two she does some fresh, unusual, uncommon content. And I will tell you, if you don't have paper and pen, go run off into the other room and grab it because you're going to want it. Most people don't really listen to replays. They think they're going to, but they don't. So grab a pen and paper and get ready because you're going to be smoking that pencil or pen. And Tom, good to have you from South Carolina. And I know Toronto, Canada, we've got here. Anybody else? And as you're piling in, before we get going, we still have another minute or two. We're going to ask a few questions before we start. But if you're brand new, never been here before, to one of her live streams, say first time. Just pop in there and chat first time because we want to honor you. Special welcome to you. Oh, both of you. Okay, cool. And then anybody else that's coming in, make sure when you go down to, I want you to go to chat and go ahead and open up the chat box and make sure you're set to everyone, not to hosts and panelists, because Kim and I really like to engage with where you're at, what's going on, and where you might need a little help. And it's very helpful for the community to see where you're at and not hide out. So we don't do hide out here. We show up. So very good to see you two here. And we're just now at the hour. So want to just say a couple things in starting. 2 questions. If you're brand new, I especially want to know this. The first one is, how long have you been in the industry overall? If it's network marketing or marketing something, you know, you're trying to stand out, and as an entrepreneur, hopefully doing something that's important to you, that solves a problem. How long have you been at it historically? And I don't mean what company you're with now, but just how seasoned are you? Some of you often come up and you say, I'm starting over, but I've been in the industry 20 years. So if it's brand new, both of you, Tom and Antoinette, 6 months, is this your first thing like this, your first venture like this? And if true, then tell how long in the industry overall. You could have been in 33 companies or 30 years, as I heard somebody tell me the other day. So, you know, and they're starting over. So tell that too. So we kind of get a sense of what's happened to you because things happen to you if you're seasoned, right? And marketing changes, times change. And certainly since post-COVID, if there is such a thing as post-COVID, things have changed. And so many people are coming to us saying, oh my God, what do I do now? Everything's changed. And I don't know what to do. I used to do belly to belly. I used to do events and now I'm not. So tell that, how long you've been in, and your whole history. So I've got some of those coming in. Welcome. If you're here for the first time, please acknowledge first time. If you've been here on Kim's live streams before, you know I'm going to ask you a few questions and just tell everybody how long you've been in the industry overall. That's number one. And then number two, in today's market, what are your challenges? You know, the things that are kind of a hiccup for you, or a gap, or what we call an obstacle. It's kind of a boring word, but places where you just can't like climb over that rock this time and you don't even know how to go around it. You know, what the hell do I do? So tell where the difficult pieces in your head are. And if there's 3 things bothering you, put them all. If there's one, what's the picnic table of trouble that you're having? And the top one. So if you have 3 things specifically that are irritating you, put the first one at the top, second one down below, and the third one. Candy, nice to have you. How long in the industry did you tell that? And I just don't see it. So tell how long in the industry. Chip, you've been here for a long time, but you still have to tell. We've got some newbies here. 25 years. Who's beyond 25 years? So far, Chip, that's you. Tom, your big trouble area is being too busy, and you're trying to refocus. Maybe you're trying to eliminate some things and figure out what are you going to focus on? Yeah. What's going to be a priority to you? So put your issues down, that if you could just solve those, then perhaps you could actually make an income that you could live on, right? Not only an impact, but an income. So if you could do that, name those things. The second question I'm going to have for you before Kim comes is, if you get that all in order and streamlined and you're eliminating some things that are just a waste of your space, your second question to answer here today is, 1 year from now, if you implement and do the things that she's going to teach a bit about, especially having strangers come to you that actually want to do business with you. What a concept. So if you could do these things and overcome these icky places, where would you like to see your income be realistically in 12 months? So where are we? October 3rd. Next year, 2024, if you've never made a penny and you would love to make $1,000 a month, then put that down. If you're already at 6 figures, but you've been there for 5 years, you want to bump it, put that down. There is no right or wrong. Just where are you now and where do you want to be? And Tom, 20K, okay. Are you anywhere near that now? At least half, Tom. And Neil, in 1 year, if you could put everything in place and overcome these icky things, 3 to 4K a month. That's not a bad intention. So if you're nowhere near that, Tom, just rethink it. And if you're starting over, you said 6 months in something new, then I want you to look at that at least realistically and say, if I could pull this off and work it, 20 hours a week or something that's significant, then put that number in again, because you might want to think about that. It's not that it's bad. If you do hit it, bravo to you, but you don't want to have something that's despairing. So you go 6 months in and you're making 1,000 and you go, oh my God, I wanted it to be 20. Chip, 14,700, well, not specific, 14,700 a month a year from now. And he's currently between, here's his average, 6 to 2. So 1 year from now, putting it in place. Okay, here's another one, 2,000 to 3,000 a month, and you've been in 6 months. So that's realistic. Anybody else? Anybody else? Matt, also put your obstacles in, Matt, because you're just popping in. And Candy, where are you wanting to get rid of some icky gap that you're stuck thinking, God, if I could fix this one thing or 2 things or 3 things, what would that be? Put your issues in. So Kim, who will be here in just a moment, can see that and we can talk about it. Candy, you're at 2,500 a year and are you saying a year, not month? Yeah. And you want to be 10,000 a year. So about 800 a month by next October. Is that what I'm hearing or reading? And Matt currently at 2, you're aspiring to 20. How long have you been in, Matt? Okay. And your obstacle, well, the thing you don't want to do is cold calls or talk to family and friends. Okay, a lot of people like that. So 2 years you've been in. Okay, so reality, if you're not even halfway there, you've been in 2 years, reassess. And 1 year from now, if you all come back here and we reunion October 3rd, 2024, I'd like to see where some of you folks are. So put this on your calendar, mark it today. This is what you're projecting out. Okay, anybody else, as you're popping in, if this is your first time here, do tell. We've got several brand new people here. And Candy, your thing is you don't want to sell. That's a common one. Who likes sellers anyhow? I want to get better at building relationships so people actually want to, talk to you, right, Candy, instead of turn and run the other way. Okay, anybody else on your projections? What are the things you want to deal with that you can't stand doing? And secondly, if you could fix that issue, where would you like to imagine yourself being realistically? And if you're starting out with nothing, be realistic in a year, because it does take work, really does, really does. Takes focus, and it is a profession and it is a business. If you treat it like one, then you got to put the time in. And Errol, 25 years, I forgot how long you've been in. So you still feel like you need knowledge, marketing skills to teach others. Currently, or clarity on your purpose. Currently about 800 a month and would like 100,000 a month. Is that what I'm reading? I don't know if I see the decimal in the right space. 1 year from now, we're talking. Or are you saying, I think you're saying 1,000 a month. I'm not sure. Put that in again. Okay, we've got some good numbers here, and we'll see if Kim's about ready. If you're just starting from nothing, Antoinette, you're saying nothing, I guess 1,500 to 2,000 a month. It can be reasonable, depends on some other things that we'll ask. How much time you're going to invest is one of them. And then how much is your product retail, and what's the difference? What do you make per sale? And how many customers will it take you to get there? So that's a whole subject that Kim can talk about.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Good.
And she's full-time. Antoinette, you're full-time. You've been in 6 months? Okay. But brand new. All right. And what did you say you're making right now?
Lucky.
Yeah. No turning back for her. Oh, I love that attitude.
All right.
Okay, here she comes. All right, Kim, they are ready. They've like filled the thread up with all kinds of stuff.
Okay, let me get my video cooking here. Make sure that I can see everybody. Oh, good. Okay, are we good? Are we ready to go? Can you hear me okay, Vic?
Yep, awesome.
Yep, can hear. Okay, great. So welcome to the show. And this is a topic, how to make strangers want to buy your stuff. Now, I have been listening to all of your comments, and there are a couple of things I wanted to be sure that you know. Sometimes people say, I want to make 20,000 a month or 10,000 a month or 30,000 a month, or they'll pick some number. Oh, thank you. And they're not making anything right now. And they'll say, but when do you want to have this money? And it's like, oh, I want to make this money in 6 months. I had a gal the other day say, I thought I could make 5,000 a month in 2 or 3 weeks. And the reason people say that is because when you go to the meetings, if you don't have business experience, of course, you're going to think this. When you go to the meetings, people will be there and say, well, I made 10,000 in, 90 days. Or I made 20,000 in 90 days. And so people will say, well, if he can do it, he doesn't look like anything special. And so this impression is kind of rampant in the industry. It's been that way for the 30 years that I've been in it, is that people will get up on stage and walk over and say, I used to be a waiter, I used to be a garbage collector, and it's 90 days and now I make 10 grand a month. And while that may be true that they did make that much in 90 days, the part that they leave out is their backstory. And you just need to be aware of that. If somebody says, I've been doing this for, 90 days and I'm making 10 grand a month or 20 grand a month, you don't know that they have been doing 13 different companies. They've been doing it 12 or 13 years. They basically have failed at everything they've done. One of the guys that I know, and his 13th company, he made 10 grand in 90 days. But you see, if you don't know that he's done 12 companies before that, or that, say, somebody took a big downline with him from another company, or that they have a very significant, say they're a pastor, like Joel Osteen. If he were to do a network marketing company, he'd probably make $100,000 in 90 days. Why? His church is 50 or 100,000 people that love him. So if he says, this is what we're doing, guess what? If there's 100,000 people, probably 50,000 of them would buy. So is this clear to people? Let me just see in the chat that you have this, that there's typically the big money stories, big money and little time, they have a backstory. And if you do not have such a backstory, you're going to be really disappointed if you're not making that kind of money in 3 weeks or in 3 months. Does that make sense? Let me make sure that everybody gets that. Let me say, yes, I get that. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like, I know you want to hear that you can make 10 grand in 90 days. And once in a blue moon, somebody does with no experience. But that's like saying, I'm going to win Wimbledon. And I just started playing tennis last month. Well, the likelihood of you winning that is quite small, unless you're like, I don't know, super duper gifted. By the time somebody gets to Wimbledon or wins the US Open, they have played 10, 15, 20 years and 4 to 5 hours every single day. So if you compare yourself to someone who's been doing it 20 years, and they tell you, I made 10 grand in 90 days, and you've been in the business for 90 days, are you being fair to yourself? Let me see. You have that? Okay. Yeah, because who pays you your money? Think about a business, right? We have businesses. Who pays the money? Somebody else has to pay you the money. You're saying, I want this much money, doesn't mean it's going to come. Somebody else has to give it to you or to your company, and then you get a part of it. Does that make sense? We got it? Yeah, totally. All right, good. I got some really active people here. That's for sure. That's good to see. All right. I'm going to give you a couple of surprises today for those of you that are new to the business, but it's a completely different take on the way Vic and I have done this for many years. It's almost on every point the opposite of what you will hear or have heard from anybody in your company. Can you live with that? Let me make sure that you can deal with different. Can we all do different? Let me see. Put in the chat different. We got different?
Oh, yeah. We're ready.
All right. So let's assume that what you have is a business, because a business exists to solve problems people will pay for. Tell me here in the chat, do you agree or disagree? Say yay, Y, or N if you agree with this. Yes. A business, which you have, exists to solve problems that people will pay for. So Richard Branson said that. Do you agree with that? Anybody not? Okay, because if you buy into this, you're going to have to buy into a lot of things you've probably never heard before. Okay. If you believe this, sorry, which I do, also, the fastest and easiest way is to find people who are already looking for the fix that you have. Sorry, get the water here. Let's see, 1 sec. Make sure. Okay, let's try this again. I think I'm talking too much or something. So what we want to achieve here is this. The fastest and easiest way, right, to build a business based on, right here, solving a problem people will pay for. The fastest way to do that is to find people who are already looking to solve a problem that you know how to solve. They're looking for a fix that you happen to have. Tell me that everybody gets this. You got this? Tell me yes. They just monitor. And these people are actively looking for a fix. And it happens that you have a fix. Mm-hmm. People looking to lose weight, looking to get in shape, looking to get off daily meds, looking to learn how to restore their credit. Whatever it is, they're looking. If they're actively looking, and then they see a post of yours, then, they're looking for something that'll help them achieve something, like achieve, I don't know, a certain amount of income, or get rid of a certain problem, get rid of the wife or the husband who's holding them back and find a new one, right? Whatever the problem is. This is what you're looking for. People who themselves are looking to solve a problem that you know how to solve. Are you with me so far? I'm going to give you an example, because once you buy into this, everything will change for you. Everything will change for you. I'm going to tell you a story of Richard Branson. This is from the new book, Duplication is a Myth. It's a quick read. I'm going to read you about 2 minutes of it. So I need you to tune in. Are you guys all tuned in? Tell me yes. If you get this, your life will never be the same. Never, as far as business is concerned. Okay. How Sir Richard Branson does it. This is from the book, Duplication is a Myth. He doesn't ask for favors, by the way. People in business. Did Steve Jobs ever ask anyone, hey, would you do me a favor and buy my iPhone? Did you ever hear Jeff Bezos from Amazon go, hey, would you do me a favor and shop at Amazon? If you want a business that scales, that has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people buying every month, you're going to run out of the favor group real soon, mom and grandma, right? So you solve a problem people are willing to pay for, especially strangers. That's how Virgin Airlines got started. So Branson tells this story. He says it was about how his business got started. This is what we're talking about. You want to restart a business? This is his story of the beginning of the airline business. And he started it in exactly the way I'm going to show you to start yours, or restart yours, or grow yours. Okay. Here's how Virgin Airlines got started. He said, it was a frustrating night at the Puerto Rico airport. I was supposed to catch a flight to the British Virgin Islands, but due to mechanical troubles, the flight was canceled. I was incredibly intent on getting to my destination, as I had plans that I couldn't afford to postpone. It was at this moment of frustration that I had a light bulb moment. I thought to myself, why not charter my own plane? It was a crazy idea, but it seemed like the only viable solution at the time. So I went to the back of the airport, found a chartered plane that was available, and negotiated a deal with the pilot to take me and a bunch of other stranded passengers to the British Virgin Islands for a reasonable fee. They were stuck at the Puerto Rico airport. Now notice, before I give you the next part, he said, I was incredibly intent on getting to my destination. His urgency was very, very high. So he figured, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Remember, what does business do? Solve problems, right? That people will pay for. So he goes to the back of the airport, finds a chartered plane, and negotiates a deal with the pilot to take him and maybe some other people to the British Virgin Islands, which was, I don't know, I guess about 20, 30 minutes away by air, because they were stuck. The plane had mechanical trouble that they were supposed to be on. So he says, with a plan in place, right? He had his chartered plane. He walks back into the airport, stands on a chair, looks over from the payphone area, which they had payphones, remember, 25 years ago. And he announced, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I have chartered a plane to take us to the British Virgin Islands. The cost will be $39 per person. If you're interested, please come over and let me know. It's 25 years ago. Today, it priced $99 a person. To my delight, a bunch of passengers came over, and we quickly filled up the seats on the chartered plane. I collected the money, and we all boarded the plane, relieved to be finally on our way to our destination. As we took off, I couldn't help but feel a sense of accomplishment. Not only had I solved my own problem, but I had also helped a bunch of other people who were in the same situation. It was in this moment that the idea for Virgin Airlines was born. I thought to myself, if I can charter a plane and solve a problem for myself and for a bunch of stranded passengers, why not start my own airline and solve problems for passengers all over the world? And that's exactly what I did. When I got back to England, I started working on my own airline, Virgin Atlantic. It wasn't easy, and there were many challenges along the way. But solving my own problem at the Puerto Rico airport gave me the confidence and determination to make it happen. Now, think about this. How does Branson's story relate to our different way of approaching people? Okay. Without knowing it, Branson gave us awesome advice for successful recruiting. Business exists to solve a problem people will pay for. So his 3 steps to an effective recruiting approach, are you all tuned into this? Yo, let me see. Step 1, solve a problem of your own. What did he do here first? Bingo. He solved his own problem. He figured, I have got to get there. There's got to be some plane somewhere. And so he figured out how to charter a plane, his own, from the airport, because of the urgency that he felt to solve his own problem. Number 2, he found people with the same problem. Who were those people? The ones that were stranded on the same flight, right? And then what's step 3? He offers them a solution at a certain price, in that case, $39 a seat on his chartered plane. So only after he had chartered a plane did Branson approach people with his fix, a ride on his chartered plane for a certain price. They couldn't pay him fast enough. Now notice, did he start a relationship with any of these people first? Tell me yes or no. Let me see.
No. Definitely not.
Right? Did he do that? He didn't start any relationship with them, did he? Did he ask about the husbands and the hemorrhoids and all that? Did he give them a free ride? Did he say, okay, why don't you come on, free, here, you can have it? Because I got the plane anyway. Did he do that? And when they said, yes, they're going to give him the money, they trusted him. What did they trust? Did they trust him as a person or as somebody who had a solution, namely the charter planes waiting out there? Do you want it or not? Or you could stay the way you are. Why did they trust him? Because of him personally, or because he had a solution, a fix? Which one? Let me see.
A solution. Person with
See, the
Nope.
trust that others have in you is not about you and your the husband. No. It's not about having a relationship and asking if you go to the same school or not to the same. No. The trust comes from, do you have a fix for my problem? Do you see that? That's how he got, this is what you want to be doing. This story, by the way, we've just put out a new book as of 2 days ago. This is the new cover for it. Vic, I showed you this, right? Duplication is a myth.
Beautiful, Kim. I love it.
It just came out. Yeah.
Cool.
So
Really cool.
you can, just so you know, that's this story's in there. There's quite a bunch of stories, including Lady Gaga, by the way, and Tom Cruise, and a lot of people. So what's the bottom line? You are looking for people who are already seeking to solve a problem for which you have a fix. Okay. Can you say that sober? And the quicker strangers, you can say, I'm the solution to their problem. If it's you personally, totally. If you're a shrink or something like that, you may be the solution to their problem. But the minute they see the plane that is going to take them to the place they want to go, it's the most perfect analogy in the world, because in business is, I don't know, say, take my phone. This is my plane to get from seeing everything that's going on in the whole world to not seeing everything that's going on. This is my little airplane that it's the vehicle that gets me from not knowing what's going on in the world or having to run home to my computer. I can take this thing with me. And so now because of it, I have a way to get what I want, which is information instantly 24/7, right? If I want that. So that's what we're looking for. So the quickest way to have people give you money is if they're actively looking and you happen to be there, they're on the lookout and you happen to be there to achieve X or get rid of Y, and that you got your message framed or worded in such a way that they think, oh, here, you got a plane? Oh, really? How much is that going to be? That's what you see. All the people paid him the money. They couldn't wait to get on that plane and give him the money. Why? Because they had the same problem he did that he just solved for himself. So this is the introduction to the idea that when you solve a problem for yourself with your business, when you do that, you are allowed to give yourself permission to say, I can probably help somebody else with that. In the same way that Richard Branson helped people when he got a plane for himself and got it big enough to share with other people and charge them. Does that make sense to everybody? Tell me, yes, you got that. All right. So I mentioned to you there were 3 things that you need to get strangers to buy from you. And we'll just kind of, so you're someone who is actively looking to achieve something or get rid of something. So let me give you an example. Let's say that you sell something in the weight loss area and you're saying, okay, so what do you do? Well, you know, I have a weight loss product, right? Or you might even just say, I work, I don't know, I do CBD oil or something, you know, pretty much nonsensical to other people. But say it's weight loss. Okay, so what I'm showing you here is that the way to get almost an immediate interview with a customer and take them shopping is to know beforehand that they're actually looking to lose some weight. Not that they're fat or fat. The whole world's fat. 2/3 of America is overweight. Hello. Are they all looking to get skinny? No, not today. Give me the cheeseburger and the ice cream too. All the bad news, give me the sweets, give me this, give me the alcohol, give me this, give me that, right? So if you want to make it work, you're only looking for people that are like stuck on the plane. No plane. What are they going to do? And he goes up and finds one and sells it to everybody else. So it's like people that are looking to do this. And the way you post and talk to people that I'm going to show you is designed to only get those people to respond. Now, how would that be? Are we with it here? So you never post about your product or the science or the company. Let me ask you, do you think the passengers that were stuck at the airport that went with Branson on his charter plane, how many of them do you think said, oh, you know, before we go, what's the plane made of? What kind of metal is on that plane? And what is the company that has the plane? How many people do you think asked for a science lesson about the plane before they got on? What do you think? Who wanted to know about the science? Anybody? What do you think? You think they said, oh yeah, let me look and see what's the plane made of? Who cares? It's going to give me a ride to the next destination. Get out of the way. Let me pay him the money. I'm getting on that seat. And this is how people are, how we all are when we want a solution. We want to know first, is it viable? Is it going to work? Give me on that. And after that, some of them might say, well, what's in it and how does it work? Right now, people don't care how the plane works or how the car works. They get in and turn the key if you still have one, and away you go. Does that make sense? So that's why you don't talk about the science first. You talk about the fix. I got to see my plane. You want on? $39. Right. Or stay at the airport. Right. I read ahead of myself. Okay. So the people you're looking for are looking for a fix. Now, let me show you how you can post like that. Talking about Facebook posting, for example. These are called approach scripts or approach posts. Why? You're going first. You're putting something out there first versus someone saying to you, so Kim, what do you do? Oh, Chip, what do you do? Or Antoinette, what do you do? What is it that you do? Then I'm going to give you a response script. But right now, when you go first and you're just blasting something out there, whether you run an ad or a post or you're calling somebody, you are doing the approaching. So this is an example of an approach script for posting. You want to see one? Who wants to see one? Let me see if you want to see one.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
whatever, you know, some people want you to know the science, but that's them. Your customers are what you're trying to sell. Your upline isn't going to pay you. Your company doesn't really pay you either. They pay you only 1% of what you bring in. The loyalty and what you want to do is win over people who have the problem that your product can solve. Now, if the customer at your events, if they want to go all bananas about the product and the science, be my guest. But they're at the company offices. And the reason they're there is because they can't sell. Why? Because customers don't give a crap about the science initially. What's in the bed? What's it made of? Oh, or hey, is that a good bed to have active sex or not? Am I going to break my back with the springs? That's what people want to know, not what are the springs made of. I mean, really, that's why Claude Hopkins, probably one of the best advertising men in the 1900s, said, never bring anybody from manufacturing into the sales room, because that's all they talk about is here's how it was made. Here's the material. Here's what's in the glasses. And except for them, and of course, they're proud of what they did. People who are buying don't care. They want to know, does the plane work? Is there a seat for me? And will it get me to the British Virgin Islands? Yes or no? Does everybody get this? Yeah, of course, they're never going to buy. And it's not that it's wrong. It's that they don't care right now. So if you insist on giving a customer information they don't care about, then you get the cartoon that says, please shut up and take my money. Please shut up and take my money. That's how prevalent that problem is. They just want to know, does it work? Will it get me there? Okay, we got this. Just remember that. And if you really are hot and bothered about the science, go to all of your events and go to every science meeting and listen until it's coming out of your ears. But when you talk to a normal person, just remember, if you start technobabble, their eyes will glaze over and it'll be over, because that they're not looking for a science lesson. Richard Branson said, a business exists to solve a problem, not to give science lessons. Are we right? They want to get skinny. They want to get their energy back. They want to learn how to get out of debt. They want to learn how to do internet marketing. They don't care what that thing is, whether you make them eat a bar of soap or whether you go to 15 videos, or the goal is, I want to learn how to market on the internet. That's what we're going to show you how to do. And not off the internet. Okay, so here's an example for posting, doing the approach script. These are approach words when you go first. Okay. Okay, so I see we have this. Is it really possible to build a network marketing business in 45 minutes per day? Okay, so tell me in the chat, who would say, I want to know about this? Is it really possible? This is my post. I did this post. Is it really possible to build a network marketing business in 45 minutes per day? Who would want to know a little bit more? Tell me if you would.
Looks like about a half a dozen already.
Now, notice, do you know what the thing is that I'm offering? Do you know if it's a book, a course, right? This is potentially solving a problem. I only have 45 minutes a day. Can I really build a network marketing business in 45 minutes a day? That is the problem they have. And I am asking that problem about that problem as if I were one of them. Why? Because I know you guys. We've been working together for 30 years. Some of you, I've worked with your kids now. It's the most amazing thing in the world. My dad said he has your book. It's like, oh, okay. So this is an example. Now, this is just a lead. It's that first thing where people say, I want to know how to do that. And who is saying yes? Those who are looking to solve this problem. Can I really build anything if I only have 45 minutes a day? And I'm dangling a possible solution. Of course, we have a solution. Yes. Okay, here's another one. Is duplication killing your business growth? Now, for those of you that have heard about duplication, it's like, what? How could that be? Who would click on something like this? Would you guys want to know the answer? Is duplication really killing your business growth? Who'd want to know if that's true? Yeah, totally. Right? It depends on the definition that you're using of duplication. And in the book, we have a story to show you that years ago, duplication referred to filling in the structure, whether it's binary or whether it's breakaway, no matter what it is that you're doing, you have to fill in those circles with people who pay a certain amount of money in order to be paid. So whether you're black or skinny or, purple people eater, no matter where you're from, if you fill in all those circles with people who put in a certain amount of money every month or every week, however often they have to do it, you will be paid exactly the same amount of money. That has nothing to do with the way you bring people in. You have different personalities, different skills, different, like I used to run ads and somebody would tell me, well, I don't do ads because they don't duplicate. That was the first thing I heard when I wanted to run ads. And I said to the sponsor, what do you care what I do? I'm going to do it. And she said, well, it doesn't duplicate. And I said, well, so what? I don't care if nobody else does it. I like doing it. I'm good at it. It's what I'm going to do. Have you got that? This is considered heresy. Your people don't have to do what you do. Let them do whatever they want that they're good at. If you have a Miss Bubbly Boo and she wants to go to talk to every single person, let her talk her heart out and bubble her heart out. If you have a Mr. Ingrown Toenail, let them sit at home and figure out ways to make people come to him. Are you with it? All right. Don't believe everything they tell you. Now, here's a response script. This is also something like this. Again, notice, is duplication killing your business growth? Who is going to come? People who are in the network marketing business are stalled out and think maybe the way they're being told, don't do this, it doesn't duplicate. Maybe that is what's killing their business growth. I had a lady who said, they told me don't do this and don't do that. And I thought, well, I'm a bird and you're clipping my wings. What good is that? And she just quit, right? This is not a good thing. Okay, approach words, a response script. What do you do? Let me give an example. Remember, business exists to do what? Antoinette, what does business exist to do? Let me put the words in there. Well, who's got it first? Let me see who's got it. Candy? All right, let's do that. Yeah, the more hard-nosed leader you are, the more your good people would just run away. Solve the problem. Good. Yeah, excellent. We got good. We got a few of you getting it. So here's one. So what do you do? Somebody might say, right? And here's one. Well, I have a business. Sorry. You can say, well, I have a business and our business helps people looking to get into shape. Notice you didn't say I have a gym or, oh, I have a, I don't know, a Wolf Range gym or something like, no, I have a business and our business helps people looking to get into shape. Do you think that somebody who hears that would expect that they would have to pay you or that somebody would have to pay you if they wanted help to get into shape? Yes or no? Would they expect to pay you? Yes or no? If you said that. I have a business and the business helps people looking to get into shape. Would they expect you that you would be paid for your help? Yes or no? Or do you think you're going to go around and say, oh, you could do me a favor? Right? All right. Okay, cool. All right. And we give you another one. So what do you do? Oh, well, our business helps people looking to get off daily pain meds. I'm very anti the big pharma, and it's not to say they do no good, but at this point they run everything. They basically run the government. Except for pandemic instigators, I have never seen an industry that is so overwhelmingly in charge of the money in the world, So, except for the war machine, they're right up there with them. But the thing is, what we do is we happen to have something that helps people who are on daily pain meds reduce the daily pain meds. And because number one, philosophically, I want those people who are looking to get off, I want to give them some help and still give instant pain relief, 12, 13 seconds. And that's what the business does. So it helps people and they are looking to get off the daily pain meds. 25 years ago, Vic and I ran a company, another one to the top of the company in record time. And it was fruits and veggies and capsules. And we said, well, we have a business. What do you do? And our business helps people who know they need their 5 to 9 fruits and veggies aren't getting them and want to find some way to get them without having to, go and buy them and clean them and prep them and eat them and then put all the stuff away. So it was always people who know they should, they're looking, they want a way, they're already looking. Okay, does that make sense? They're looking. That is how you do it fast. That's the first part. Secondly, those people have to see your post. If they don't see it, that's going to be tricky. And you start posting on your own wall, of course. And when somebody responds, the Facebook algorithm will take it to friends of whoever it is that responded. So that's something that you have to learn how to do before you run ads. If you decide to run ads, is you have to get the right people to see your posts. And there are a lot of ways to do that, from Facebook groups to your own Facebook page, not your profile. And you don't need your page. I mean, your profile. If you learn how to phrase the words right, we've had people that have, 30 people, friends on Facebook, and they've never had a single response to anything because they do all the old fashioned stuff. We're having a contest. You can get 3 for 1 or 2 for 1, and showing all these funny pictures, never talking about the problem they solve, just the thing they sell and the tech. They put different posts up and suddenly somebody says, oh, I'd like to know what that is. We had one gal who said, my mother has gone with me through the last 6 deals over, 10, 12 years. And this last time I gave her the different words, we're looking for people who yada, yada, yada. And she said, oh, that might be me. What have you got? This after 6 years, 12 companies. This lady wrote in to say, my own mother said, well, how's that work? What is it? Okay. So it's all in the words you say, because people then read you as a seller, a product seller and pusher, or somebody who solves the problem, which is what business is about. Very big difference. Okay. So when they see the way you want to post is when the people that you're looking for, who are actively looking to solve the problem, they're always scrolling on Facebook, and it's either a first priority or it's in the back of their mind. They're looking to lose some weight or looking to make some money or looking at how do you do network marketing without hitting up your friends and family, right? Like that. They're there. And so when your post or content appears and you're addressing those people, it's like your post or your content is the speed bump. Do you all know what a speed bump is on the road? These little bumps. And what happens if you see one, you slow down. And that's what happens to the people that are looking for what you've got. They go, oh, wait, and they slow down and take a look. And you get a view, you get a look. Do you see that? So you want to be that, your post and content to be the speed bumps for people that are looking to solve a problem, whether it's weight or, no matter what it is. Okay. It slows them down. So they stop and look. Oh, let me check this out. Let me look. Now, per Alex Hormozi, he's a guy who went from nothing to $100 million a year in helping gym owners. First, he was a personal trainer. Then he started his own gym. And then he taught other people how to take their gyms and triple the number of clients that they got. And that's basically what he's been doing to get to 100 million a year. That's an extraordinary story, but he has a wonderful books, one of which I have right in front of me. I'll tell you something in it, as a matter of fact, about how he did that. But he says, you craft your post in such a way. Remember the post we talked about here? Like, take this one. Here. Our business helps people looking to get off daily pain meds. Okay, remember that. Okay, that's what we're doing here. That's a response. What are you doing? We have business that helps people looking to get off daily pain meds, helps people looking to get in shape again. Okay, so what Hormozi says, here, let me get it for you, is that you have to craft your post in such a way that you repel people that are not in your market. Why? How much time do you want to spend talking to broke people? How much time do you want to spend talking to people who say after you spend 30 minutes, oh, I don't want to do network marketing? No. See, so here's how you do that. Not in a mean way. Let me show you. Take this one. This is an approach. It could be either. What do you do? Well, we have a business, and our business helps experienced network marketers looking to build it. big and fast the second or third time around. Who are we repelling with this? What did we say we're looking for? Give me the 2 words. Our business helps. Anybody see it?
Experienced.
That's it. Right there. See that? We could have said network marketers. And then we probably get everybody, since almost nobody's making any money. That's just a fact. It's almost nobody is making money. Just look at your pay plan, look at the back office, and you'll see. Then if I say experienced ones, what's good about that is that they will know that what they're doing wasn't right and they're ready for something new. Like most of you here are experienced network marketers. So we don't really want brand new people. Why? If you're brand new, like you signed up 2 days ago, you won't think you need any help. Why would you? You're so new, you can't even stand it. It's like you just fell in love with somebody and your whole world is nothing but that person. And for 3 days, that's just how you feel. Or maybe 4 days. And then it's like, right? So that's what you do. So you want to repel the people who aren't the right ones. We once ran an ad, something for, I'm trying to remember what the product was. People who really want to like lose weight super fast and who love network marketing, something like that. And we got people who said, I love network marketing. Is the product really any good? So who did we repel? People who think they don't like network marketing. Yeah, seasoned. Oh, for God. We want seasoned people. Why? They've been through the mill. They know what doesn't work. That's why we like them. We too are seasoned. We've had a lot of lumps and bumps. That's how we learn anything. Okay. So they want to build it big and fast the second time around. That's what we have for you here, for those of you that want to do that. Knowing these things. Now, the other thing is the person has to align with your path to the fix. Like say you do fats. I help people looking to get in shape. Well, if your business helps people looking to get in shape, how many ways are there to get in shape? Is it just the gym? Okay. Is it just the gym? No. Could it be some kind of an eating program? Right? So it could be eating program. It could be a gym program. How about an intermittent fasting program or digestive resting, as my nutritionist says. It might be a meditation program where you learn that you hate all food, or I don't know, whatever they do over there. Do you know what I mean? So the path is the how, the way you do it. But the first is what is the problem that you know how to solve. And the way you solve it is through, that's step 2. But that's not the first step. Do y'all see what I mean? And your path is not your product. Your path is like, for example, let's say it's weight. You say, well, we help people who've been trying to lose weight since they were 11 years old. And we finally have found a way for them to keep it off without suffering and starving and all that stuff. And we found a way to do it where they can still eat some of their favorite foods. We found a way to do it so that they really do not have to eat rabbit food. So I'm telling them what they don't have to do that they hate. And so what's left won't be as bad as what they hate. Because the process of change, nobody likes it. Let's not kid ourselves. Who wants to go to the gym? The best feeling is when you're after the gym and you're having your cappuccinos and a croissant at the local, cafe after. You see what I mean?
Kim, can I interject a couple of questions that are coming on point?
Yeah, go ahead.
One is asking, is it detrimental to say, I love network marketing too, but have you looked at this company for what you have been looking for? That's the first one.
Okay, well, I guess I would ask first, if the person came to you, what is the thing that you put out there that made them come to you?
That's for you, Candy. She's
They say
responding.
they love network marketing. Oh, you mean just out of the blue, you have a conversation with somebody and they go, oh, I just love network marketing. Did you say something to it, or were you at an event? What's the context for that? What's the social context? What came before? Ah, okay. Well, if somebody says I'm sick of corporate and I'm looking for something, I love network marketing. Ask what I would, if that happened to me, I'd say, well, have you looked at any so far? What have you looked at so far? Number one, and get information first before you push your deal, right? Because we don't know what they want yet. So what have you looked at so far? Oh, none. Well, if you were going to do something like this, what kind of product would you, what kind of thing would you want to help people with? Is it like the nutrition area with weight loss and, I don't know, energy, or would you want to do teaching people how to get their credit back, or learn how to do internet marketing, or what kind of thing do you like doing so that you would promote a product that helps people do that? Does that make sense, Candy? You got that? So always first be, if somebody says, oh, I love network marketing, say, great, what have you done so far? Oh, I'm just getting started. Well, ideally, what kind of product what do you like doing? What do you like doing? Because the products, you're going to promote a benefit. You see, you want to promote a benefit. And so you just want to ask them. If somebody says to me, well, I'm into people's credit, and is there a good company with credit like that? I would go to the people that I know and say, pick the highest level one that's actually succeeding in their business, not doing it, an hour a month, but is into it, and say, look, I got somebody and I want to refer them to you. And I put people together on a regular basis, because we do certain things and you might want to do something totally different. But we have top players in most of the major companies that we can refer and do refer. So that if you are somebody who's totally into this or that or the other, and you're a network marketer and you're like totally in and you're doing it, then when we have somebody who's looking for that type of a fix, that kind of solution, whether it's energy or hair or skin, or we refer them regularly. Yeah. Yeah. You want to ask questions first before you blow your wad, as they say on the streets. Okay. Like, what have you looked at? What ideally would you really want to do? And how much time do you have to give it? And what does that make you look like? Advisor, anybody? Advisor? How about that? Instead of a product pusher. Does that help? Does that help? Are we good?
Good.
All right. Good. Yeah, you want to put yourself last in all of these situations. Because the more you ask them, so what have you done so far? And what were these kind of products? And how long have you been doing it? And if they're totally brand new, what sort of thing really turns you on? Like, what do you like to read about? What do you like to talk about? What could you talk about for 45 minutes nonstop without a single drink in your hand? Well, somebody might say, well, I don't know, politics or whatever. So you want to find something to do where that interest is something that you get to do and develop and get really good at. Do you see what I mean? Yeah, because a business has to solve a problem that people will pay for. And that problem had better be something that you are interested in. And the more the problem that you solve with your product is an extension of who you are as a person, the better it is. When I did the water filter company the first year, we made like 36 grand in 6 weeks, and people like, how'd you make all that money? It's like, well, it wasn't all that much money. We did a lot of real estate. We make quite a bit more than that, because the buildings are $1 million and you make 4%, you figure it out, right? But what I was really into water, clean water. And so it was, when I was doing the water filter thing, I had real estate clients. Had a commercial real estate business, and I'd say, hey, whether it was the title company or whether it was the insurance broker or the tenants or whoever it was, say I have a question for you that has nothing to do with what we just talked about. You got a sec? And the person say, yeah. Say, okay, it has to do with the water you drink, you know, the stuff coming out of the faucet. Yeah, yeah. What's the question? And I would ask them, do you drink the caca that comes out of the faucet? Or do you buy the bottled water at $1 a gallon? Because in those days we still today have bottled water. At that time it was $1 a gallon. And they would say one or the other. I drink the caca out of the faucet. Why do you have to call it that? Or I drink the bottled water for $1 a gallon. And then of course they would say, why do you call it the caca? And I would tell them, do you know what comes out of that water? You're bleaching. You use skin cream? Yeah. You pay $100 a month for skin cream, right? And for hair cream, right? And you're standing there bleaching yourself every day. Did you know that? No, I had no idea. So you could get filtered water and get rid of it. And you can either pay, you know, I don't know, $2,000 for a shower filter, or you can, you know, get something that is $0.05 a gallon. So that was my question. I just wanted to know if you know anybody who would like to stop standing there getting bleached every day. You know, if they care about their skin and their hair, if they know now they're getting bleach water every day. I want to know what that is. Right? That's what happened. And then other people would say, well, I pay $1 a gallon. What have you got? And I said, well, I paid $1 a gallon too for like 5 years. And so now we have a little filter, and it's $1 a gallon. It's $0.05 a gallon. So if you'd like to test it and try it and see if you love it. And that's what we did. And we sold the business and the product. And made, you know, we didn't use any of the company material. I never said I forgot what they made us say. They said you have to say it's not block. I forget what you call it. You know, the filter stuff is granular versus block filtering for the chlorine. And I just thought, why should I say that? I mean, here's my test for me. I taste it. I love clean filtered water, and I have paid for it my whole life. The minute I became aware, that was it. So I just taste them. I don't need anybody telling me anything else. That was my confidence in what I thought I valued. And so people bought into it without any trouble whatsoever. And that's what happened. Got it? Okay. Any questions about that? Yeah. Okay. So it was completely emotional. Do you drink the caca out of the faucet, or do you do the stuff for $1 a gallon? If I were selling water today, I would do the same thing. And I would probably add, you know, that does anybody know what number of people are falling ill because of what's in the water that they don't know about? Okay. Seasoned is experience, meaning that you have made mistakes and you have lived to survive them. And hopefully you can tell somebody else. But people don't seem to want to learn from other people's experiences. They have to have the lumps all by themselves over and over and over. What can I tell you? Yeah. Okay. So there are many options for weight loss, for getting energy back, for SMS posting, and you want to choose the one that goes with you. So my question to you here is, before we end. Yeah, Chip, good to see you. Do you know what you do and for whom you do it? That is the question. What is the thing that you help whom with? What did Branson do? He helped people get a ride to a place they were going to, when otherwise they would have had to stay at the airport for, who knows, 24 hours, 48 hours. So he helped give people a ride on a plane that he chartered for people who were stranded at the airport. That was the people. That was the whom. You got that? Yes, exactly, Antoinette. So my business helps people looking to get back in shape. He runs a gym. Okay. These are things that, does it make sense? And what if they say yes? What if they go, yeah, that's kind of me, you know, yep. What do I do? Do you have your diagnostic process ready? I won't go through it. These are the kinds of questions we talked about, right? Like, oh, I want to get back in shape. Great. How long you been looking to get in shape? Or I can't walk anymore like I used to. How long has this been going on? Or I've lost my energy. How long has this been going on? What do you have? How long has this been going on? Find out first, right? What have you done for it so far? Why don't you want to know this? You're going to be kind of like a diagnostician here, an advisor. So there's a set of questions we've developed, something really cool with that. And we call it now an instant assessment system. We've used it for 30 years, but we finally automated the whole thing so that when these questions, when you get a person who says, yeah, I'm looking to get back in shape. I'm looking to get off the daily payments. I'm looking to make some money on the side and build it up over the next 10 years, so that in 10 years, I got $5,000 a month coming in like clockwork. So I can, kiss off the job to start, right? It takes a while. And so we have this, and when they pass the instant assessment system, the next step is they book an appointment with you. We show you how to do that. And then it's the order step. A lot of people go, oh, how do we do this part? Oh, they're going to say, how much is it? And, oh, what do I do now? And I want to tell you the price. Yeah, totally. So they're going to say, so what's next here? So they're going to go through the instant assessment system. Remember, we can have that here. Okay. And then comes the order step. How do you do that without getting the willies? Well, we have a fix for that. We take them shopping. And we have perfected this method of, would you like to go shopping? Oh, can I see what I'm going to get? And we get to choose. I don't know anybody who doesn't like to go shopping. And we take them shopping right through the website. And Vicky's our master shopping guide. And when we get to this place, whether they're shopping for a high ticket program, our $15,000 program, which is relatively high ticket. I mean, the other people have programs that are 100,000 or 50,000 coaching programs. They're all over the world. Tony has one, Tony Robbins, for $1 million a year, right? But no matter whether it's that or helping people get off the pain meds, we take people shopping at that point. Vic is the one who does that. And she can tell you, how many people do you enroll that come?
8 out of 10 consistently.
8 out of 10. It doesn't matter what the price is. If the people have gone through the assessment system and selected themselves, they're the ones who decide that. And then they decide and then they buy. People say, well, it's really hard to sell a high ticket program. Well, it is and it isn't. If you have never bought one and you think, oh, I would never pay anybody $10,000, I assure you that you will never get $10,000 yourself from anybody. Because you've got a money issue in your head that 10,000 is too much to pay, or 20,000 or 50,000 or whatever. You see, it's all relative. Just because you don't have 10,000 or you don't think 10,000 is right to pay, doesn't mean the rest of the world is like that. And if you impose your limitations, which are your experiences, I've got limitations. Vicky has limitations. Everybody that's alive has limitations. Look at Elon. Compared to him, we're all like idiots in terms of brain power. So you grow and you expose yourself to people that pay $10,000. Why? Because they expect to make 30 to 50 the next year. You got it? Yeah. And once you've taken $100 and you make 200, you go, well, maybe I could take 200 and maybe I could make 400. And it's a learning curve and an experience curve. And depending on where you are, you'll think that anything way beyond it or way before you is dumb. Wake up, grow into your next step. That's really what we're doing. Yeah, you get the way you help with your limitations to be around people who don't have them. Yeah, just hang around people who don't have them. And there'll be some limitations, but they should have way a higher threshold than yours. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, years ago, I used to think network marketers would never pay me $3,000 or $4,000 per class for coaching session. And it wasn't that I didn't think I was good enough. I knew that I had enough because I made a lot of money in my businesses. And I knew I could help people. And I love people who are trying to make something of themselves. So it wasn't that. But I thought, why don't I just ask for this $3,000 a month? I had a monthly program that people paid $300 a month. And I think we had like 100 people in it. And this one coach said, Kim, why don't you charge $2,880? And I said, because nobody has the money. From there, and I was thinking, almost nobody that I've taught all these years has made that much. I have a few high paying clients. We have people in our programs who make 100 grand a month, and they're still in our programs. Why? Because they get that little edge that'll help them get 150,000 a month. Network marketers who started from zero. Okay. So anyway, so I was working on the beach one day with this friend who said, you know, Kim, you might have a wrong assumption about network marketers not paying you $3,000. Now they pay 15 routinely. And so I said, what am I missing? And she said, well, you know, just because they don't make the money in their business doesn't mean that they might not have a rich uncle, or that they might not have savings, or have something set aside, or money from their job. And I thought, how dumb can anybody be? Is there anybody dumber than me on this planet? How could I suck so bad thinking such a stupid thought, right? And so I was with somebody who didn't have that in their mind. And I thought, oh, of course they have other sources of money. Why in the world? So the next day, I was so mad at myself. I ran the program, said, okay, we're going to change this monthly thing to, you're going to pay for a year, and it's going to be $2,880. And half the people signed up. I about passed out. And nobody signed up with the money from their business. Well, a couple people did, but most of them didn't. They had other money. And they loved it because it was less money than $300 a month or $399 a month. You see that? You know, it's like kaboom. All right. This is why. And you can have access to this system, but it all begins with knowing who you can help with what they want. Okay. You really have to get it in your head. People buy for their reasons, not ours. You got it? Okay. So some of you guys can hop off the call. I'm going to show you now how we can help you. Can you do your program, but still plug them into my MLM instead of just your affiliate program? We can do anything. If you have something that can help people, we will show you how to call those people in. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly what the question is. Can you do we train people who are network marketers in any company that they want to build. The principles of business are the same. Richard Branson said it. A business exists to solve a problem people will pay for. If you have a product or a business that helps solve a problem that people will pay for, we will help you position yourself so that the people who are looking to solve that will come to you. That's the bottom line. Do you see that? It all begins with knowing who you can help that is looking for your help, and then how to communicate, how to message. The messaging that you put online and that you call people with, how you position, like I was just saying right here. So what do? Well, we help people who are looking to get in shape. That's where it starts. Plus, we have a whole thing on Warm Market. I love Warm Market. We've never had trouble with Warm Market. But if you go to your Warm Market and you say, okay, Aunt Lulu, would you do me a favor? I'm really nervous about my business. Would you do me a favor and buy my product for a month? You will piss off every person that knows you. But you don't do that. Hey, Aunt Lulu, yeah, I got this new thing. Oh, yeah, you do. Yep. I got a new business. Don't worry, I'm not going to hit you up. I just have a question for you. Really? What? So the business, we help people who are having, they want to get off pain meds. They want to get off their pain meds every day. So we're looking for people like that, and they still want to get their pain fixed, in 12 or 13 seconds. Do you know anybody like that? That's who we're looking for. That's it. Right? And once you start and you do 100 people a day, I know some of you are going to freak. What, 100 people a day? Yep. That's what Alex says, 100 people a day for a week. Why? So you learn the market. What the pain they have is if they don't fix the problem. How do I find them? We'll show you how to do it. We'll show you how to do it. It's once you start, it's very easy. You'll see. Trust me. Where the people are, that's not a problem. Said your confidence in knowing that you have something that can help. And where do you get the confidence? What did it do for you? Yeah. What did it do for you? Somebody's saying, okay, so Are you going to make them scared? If you call somebody up and say, hey, I have this business, if I tell you who I'm looking for, will you tell me if you know anybody? Who here thinks that that's going to scare somebody? Would that scare you? So put your focus on the things that I'm going to teach you that do not scare you. What are you talking about scaring people for? Did I say anything that scares you? Why is your mind going into the trash bin? Get it out. Get it out. Everything, every word I ever teach you to say, it'll never cost you a friend. Why? Because you're only looking, hey, our business helps these people who are looking for this, who are looking for that, who are looking for a good divorce lawyer and not get screwed over by the husband or the wife. So if you know anybody like that, let me know. It's like, I just got my new MD. I'm a cardiologist. If you know anybody who needs a heart job, would you let me know? Is anybody going to get scared of you? Does that scare you to say any of that? Let me see in the chat. Because otherwise you better keep your job. Are we still scary? Yeah, we have yes, the system is an automatic screening system because the only people who come book are the ones who say yes. But we will help you become your own lead generation machine. That is what we do with positioning. And then we will show you how to qualify those people step by step by step. And you have to learn how to do it. And if you are going to get impatient, like the first time you screw it up and you're going to get all bent out of shape, don't start. A business is nothing more than iterate, 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 iterate. That comes from MIT. It means do it again, slightly differently. Do it again, slightly differently. Expect to fall on your ass every day, every day, every day, every day, until you get it right. Look at Elon. His rockets blew up, 4 of them, and the whole world saw it. Everybody. His rocket blew up, $45 million. He can't do it. He'll never do it. What do you think is going to happen to you? Your rocket's going to blow up and 3 people will see it and you'll feel like you're going to die. Get over it. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. And pretty soon you're going to be good. It's like going to the gym. If you don't do the push-ups, you will not grow your body any different than it is right now. Who here thinks that somebody else can do your push-ups for you? Miss Spencer, will you do your own push-ups? Will you bring your own arnica? So when you're all sore and you get up the next day, and will you do your own damn push-ups? You know it's going to work. It can't not work. The numbers always are on your side. But not if you're a wussy woo and then you quit. Because, you skinned your knee. Like, duh. That's what they have jobs for. I'm telling you. All right. So our business is helping people who are seeking to become successful, impactful, and wealthy business owners. That's what we do. Have I made that clear? We got that? That's what we do. And I want to offer you a little option right now that you want. Because remember, the more you earn, the more you have, the more you can give. How much can you do for other people if you're broke? No, honey, sorry, I can't help you. I don't have $5. I don't have $50. I don't have $200. How can you help anybody if you don't have anything? Right? So it's a good thing to build. Remember what a business does. Solve problems, people will pay for it. And if you are comfortable with that, you can take the information I've given you and just restart. And if you want to see if we can help you, I can show you what we've got here in about 4 or 5 minutes. Who wants to see how you might get some help from us? It's not a cheap date, but I can show you what it is if you want. Yes? Okay, the program is called 6-Figure Advisor. So what you will learn, we can put this program on a 10-day track. We just talked about it, where you can get your instant assessment in the system in 10 days, provided you have taken the steps and we see that you have learned who your ideal people are. And it depends how fast you go. So this is not something that we just install in your brain. It requires push-ups in the mind for you to be able to develop this for yourself. Does that make sense? So we don't just like give you a new shirt to put on. What happens is you put on a new uniform in your mind that you are going to go from being the person you are right now with these habits, and you're going to step through this process like a big fat washing machine, and you're going to come out the other side in the dryer and the ironing or whatever happens to cleaning these days. And you're going to be somebody who can command 10 grand, who can command $5,000 because, or 10 or 20 or 30, and who is confident in who they are and who they can help. And that is a process you have to go through. And it usually isn't pleasant. Who here can stand it? Let me see. Yeah, you have a text. Wouldn't it be cool if you had somebody say, I need like a quick grand, and you really like the person? And you go, and they'll say, I'll pay it back, I'll pay it back. And you know, they're probably never going to pay it back, but you love them because they're your grandkid or something. I mean, I have a brother like that. And years ago, I said, Kim, I need, I don't know, like 3 grand or something. And I didn't have a lot, but I happened to have 3 grand. And he said, I'll pay back. And it's like, I thought to myself, I don't care if you never pay it back. So I told him, I'm going to give you this. Don't worry about paying it back whenever you can. No rush. And I was, it was like I had $3,500, but I knew he needed it for a car or something. And so I gave it to him, and I made it a gift in my mind so that I would not be hankering for, when's he going to pay me that money? And just give it away. It was many, many years ago. And that lesson has never left me. When you give something, the harder it is to give it, the more you feel empowered. Well, Vic, the more you feel empowered. And then what happens? It comes to you in places you never dreamed of. Crazy. Mm-hmm. So we're going to show you who your ideal people are. We're going to show you how to describe them so that you get their attention when you post online or when you call them on the phone. Okay. Where's my slide? I lost my place. Oh, here we are. It's like, duh. That's what happens once you hit 40, All right. How to keep their attention so they don't run off and buy from someone else. Yeah, totally. Of course. We can help you. Just promise yourself that the process will include days that you are going to cry like Lady Gaga did. You will be in your room under the duvet with your bottles of whatever crap you have beside you, and you don't want anybody looking at you or talking to you, and you're going to lock the door. And if you know what to say to yourself at different times during those moments, you will get over it. Everybody who's ever made it has had those moments many, many times. Many times. And we have wonderful words, like that to help you with that. All right. So keep their attention. How to help enroll to make the change they want. Because when you enroll somebody, you're thinking you're hung up for the money. But the way we do it is, okay, we're going to fix this. We're going to fix that. So when we go shopping, this fixes that and this fixes that. It's never about the product or the price. It's about what's being fixed and which one do you want first? Am I right, Vic?
Absolutely spot on.
So then we're going to help you start looking for their sheep versus anyone who can fog a mirror. Remember, my sheep hear my voice. Jesus said that. If he's got sheep and only those sheep hear his voice, you can be sure that you have sheep. We're made in God's image. Remember, that's what that means. You've got your sheep. You just got to call them. You have to learn how to do that. Then we're going to show you how to use the instant assessment system because you get access to it. And we customize it so you only talk to people who want to solve the problem that you help with. And the program, what can I tell you? It's not $100,000 a year. It's also not a $25,000, which it's our $15,000 program that's 3 to 12 months. However, I'm going to tell you right now, we have figured out a way to do it for fast trackers in 10 days. It depends on how advanced you are. If you know who you help and you're quick to learn, it takes time to learn. It's like growing up. Somebody who's 5 years old, you don't get to be 6 years old except for 365 days later. That is the way that is. But there are ways to squeeze it where we give you so many experiences that, like Charles Darwin, they selected certain qualities. That's why they call it natural selection. And we'll put you in the way of so many obstacles so fast that you will overcome them and have done like 100 push-ups in a minute instead of 100 push-ups in 6 months. Do you understand that? You're going to have that moment all the time. Elon probably has a moment like that once a day. Oh, you kidding? He said once, what I do is like eating glass. It's really hard to be different. So and success means you're different. That's what it means. That's why everybody envies us. Well, they must have done something. No, don't pay attention. Hang out with other successful people and you'll be all right. Okay. So we have the one-time special. We're going to offer something special for those of you that are listening. Instead of the $15,000 program, which we charge for monthly and $9,800 for one pay, we are going to have until Thursday night. It's $4,700 for this program, the six-figure advisor, which you can do in 3 to 12 months or 10 days, depending on how fast you can put yourself in front of the problems that you have to overcome. It's really like, how many push-ups can you do in 1 minute versus how much weight can you do? How fast can you grow and not go crazy? And you could have that assessment, the instant assessment system working for you, because it's a series of questions that you give people who have said, I want to know what you have. I am looking to solve this problem. And you put them right into that. And we'll help you customize the question. So you could do 4,700 one pay or 2,000 over 3 months, 2,000 when you start and then 2,000 30 days apart. Or you could do it for $1,000 over 7 months. So you decide. It's only for the next 48 hours. Okay. Okay. So what we'll do is, this is the order page. Vic, put the order page there if you would. You can go right here. The order page is, you see this on the right here? Tell me if you guys see it. And then Candy and Antoinette. Antoinette, is that how you say your name? Is Chu? Antoinette Chu? Would you girls click, and boys click on that link and see if it opens? That's what I want to know. Does it open? Does it open? Oh, good. Mr. Tom, good to see you. Yep. Good to see you too, Mr. Curry. Long time no see. Well, a few days anyway.
It did open.
And Tom,
Debbie's
did it
asking a
open?
question for you. Yeah.
Okay, what's the question?
How do I know there will be success if I do what you tell me? Is there
Oh,
a
you
guarantee?
won't know. There's no way to know. Yeah, that's like asking a lawyer, how do I know we're going to win? You don't. What you do is you pick the best teacher that you can, given that your philosophy aligns with theirs. And then you do your damnedest to make it happen. There is no way to guarantee success or failure. There just isn't. There just isn't. And that's because other factors play a role. You know, like the way your life force, if you have a life force that comes across as scared and desperate, I wouldn't know that if you're on the phone with somebody and you go, well, they said this was going to succeed, so are you going to buy my stuff? You see, your confidence comes with you knowing, let me tell you, if you have had results with your product or with something of your own where you had a personal change. Before this, I used to have trouble walking for 12 years. Then I tried this program, whatever it is, physical therapy or certain pills or whatever you did. And now I can walk almost like a normal person. If you have a story like that, I can help you. But I still can't guarantee how much success you'll have or when you'll have it. There's nobody. I'll tell you, I'm a Harvard grad, an MIT grad, and a Stanford one. And I can just tell you that many of the people from Harvard are broke. I am not. They are. Why? How can you go to Harvard and be broke? Do you know how many professors are on poverty row? I mean, they're making less than 50 grand a year. Education and degrees do not guarantee any kind of financial success. Let me tell you what will guarantee it for you. It isn't me or Vicky. It's you getting results for people who are looking to solve a problem. And if you can get results for them fast enough and keep them happy, you will always have enough money to do whatever you want to do. That because they pay you. See, Does that make sense? What I can guarantee you is that you will be a hell of a lot better marketer than you are right now with our program. You will be really, really good. And it's how much you practice. Yeah, they just had Wimbledon or the US Open, and they practice 6 hours, 7 hours a day for 10 or 12 years. Many people here will come and say, well, can I make 10 grand a month and I can work an hour a week? Well, no. What makes you think you're going to work an hour a week unless you're really, really good? If you are like an options trader or you're a hedge fund manager and you come in and you know the market totally, and you could do some trades and maybe luck out and have some good money. But you see, for you to be really successful, you need to know your market. What does that mean? It means you need to know if you help people. Let's say I'll show you how we know our market. One of the things we make you do in the class is you're going to talk to your market. What's the market? People who are looking to solve the problem that you know how to solve, right? So let's say we are talking to the market, and our market is people who are looking to get off the daily pain meds. Okay, so we talk to 50 or 100 of those people. And the questions we have that we're going to teach you are things like, if you don't get off the daily pain meds, what do you think is going to happen to your life? And then we have the recorder on, which they know and love. And they tell us, my liver's going to fall out. My heart's probably going to stop. I'm going to lose my attention span. I won't be able to walk right anymore. All the things that happen to people if they stay on daily pain meds too long. I won't have any sex life anymore. I will gain weight like crazy. And nobody will love me anymore. People, and I may end up on the street like a bag lady or a bag man, or like one of these people that all these people that are sleeping on the street. I don't want that. Now, that's what I know about our market right now, just based on what I told you. So then I go to the market and I post, if you're worried about your liver falling out, and all the stuff I got from the market, their worries about what's going to happen to them if they don't change in 5 years, 10 years. You get that? That's knowing your market. And that is what you market to the fears of the truth of what will happen if somebody doesn't make a change. And then you have your fix and you're right there and you're one of them, you see, because you can say, I did the same thing. Okay. All right. Good. All right. So that's what we've got for you right here. You all can open the link, right? And Vic's text, if you want to text her, I see a lot of you are making appointments right now. So the way you want to get in the queue is on your phone, type in this number, the 707.
It's right there in chat for all of you.
Yep. 707-304-2090. And just text that and say, please book me. And then she'll make a time for you. And then, because this particular deal ends at Thursday night. And, we have, like I said, our business is helping experienced network marketers who know they have to go a different way, who know that what they're doing isn't working, and who know that what they're doing, they don't even like doing, and they probably won't do it. And they think they've got something that can help people and they want to find their sheep. That's who we're looking for. Okay.
So Kim, do you want to show that form again, if you can, so they can see
Which
where
form?
to put the coupon code on that order page?
Yes. This is the form right here. Okay. Do you see it on the right here?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you have to put the coupon in, and it's 48 hours. And okay, so if you look at I'm gonna make this bigger. And you could start right now in 5 minutes and tell me whether you want to do the 10-day plan or the 3-month plan. If you want to do the 10-day plan, expect to put your work, screw your butt to the chair 2 to 3 to 4 hours a day. Why? Because the learning has to go faster. When babies learn to walk, they fall down all the time and laugh. You have to promise me when you fall down that you will laugh like a baby. If you don't, keep your money. We don't want crybabies. Right? Can't deal with it. We have enough to cry about ourselves. That's why. There's no room for any extra crying in any of our lives. We're full up on our own crying routines. Believe me. And so we got that down. But if you make the baby get up 4 more times than they usually do, their strength will go faster. They'll fall down more, but their strength will go faster. So the reason it takes evolution in Charles Darwin's wonderful, beautiful book, The Origin of the Species, is because nature works very slowly. But we can force ourselves to evolve. Somebody who goes to the gym 6 times a week will physically evolve faster than somebody who goes 3 times a week. Somebody who also learns how to eat will evolve faster than somebody who just goes to the gym. Somebody who also learns how to sleep, power sleep, high performance sleep, will do better than somebody who just does body work and eating work and doesn't do anything about sleeping. Somebody who knows how to meditate. You all see, you put these pieces in and you grow faster. That's the key. It's not how little can I do, because if that's your thing, keep your job. You have to go all in on developing yourself to be that person that will be an attraction magnet for the people that you can help. So if you do that part, we will help you do the attraction. We help you write your posts. So you just let me know what you guys want to do. Is that clear? So the coupon code, the program here, the one pay is 9,800 at the top right. You see that there? And then you go all the way down to the bottom, and your total payment, it says here at the bottom on the right, is 9,800. And then you put in that coupon code, which is, I believe,
48 hours.
Yeah, right. 48 hours.
Mhm.
And it will take off 5,100, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
right.
Will I have to know how to do social media before I do this program? Well, we teach you how to do it. If you have a Facebook profile, that's where I would start. You're going to learn how to, let me tell you something, Debbie. It's not about learning how to do, you learning how to communicate. That is the bottom line. None of you really have learned how to communicate. The Facebook is a way to communicate your message. Instagram is a platform to communicate your message. All these different places are a place where there are people, and you get to go blah and communicate your message. So it doesn't matter. I don't use anything but Facebook. We have signed up half the people we've ever signed up on Facebook, because there are 3 billion people on Facebook, and you're going to have at least 20 or 30 on your Facebook profile. And once you learn to communicate, the Facebook itself will move you forward. So the key is to understand you're not learning social media. You're learning how to communicate, to call your sheep who are looking for you. It works for anything where you have to bring in the customer, Wayman. So what is your service? Does your business solve a problem for somebody? Let's start there. Basics. Remember, Mr. Let's do the basic one. Does your business solve a problem? Yes or no? What did he say?
It says yes, it solves.
Okay. Okay, good. And has it solved the problem for you?
Yes.
Has it solved the problem for you? Okay, good. And can you make some money when you sell the thing to somebody? Is there some money in it that's like more than $5? If you sell somebody your product because they're gonna fix their problem with it, can you make some money?
Yep. Yes, money is made.
Well, then that's it. Richard Branson didn't say now business exists to solve a problem that people will pay for. He didn't say if it's a service. What do you think an airline is? That is a service, honey. An airline is a service, like a limo. It is a service. Do you see? They're not buying the airplane. They're buying a ride on the airplane.
That's good.
Have we got it? Yeah. Now get with Vic. I can tell you, we are very good at saying no to the wrong people. because it's no fun to work with somebody who isn't quite ready yet. I mean, if you have done one push-up in your life, doing 20 or 30 of them on your first day is going to be really hard and you're going to cry a lot. So there are programs we have that are a little bit, they're a little bit smaller where you can start. But no matter what you do, if you have a problem, if you can solve a problem, if you see yourself as a business owner, because you're bringing in the clients and you have a problem that you can solve for people and you know why, because you solved it for yourself, that gives you permission. Then you need to learn to communicate, whether it is on the phone, calling World Market, whether it is on Zoom, talking to 20 people or 100 people at the same time, or whether it is on Facebook. On your social media, pick one that you like. Don't listen to anybody else, because you'll spend all your time learning how to do the technology of Instagram. Who gives a crap? I'll tell you, I just hired a guy to help me with Facebook ads. Why? He says, well, I can design your ads. I said, show me some copy. So he sends me some copy and I thought, oh God, no good. So do you know the inside the dashboard of Facebook? Yep, I have it. So I agree. I'm going to send you the ad copy. You lay it in and that's what we'll do. It took me 20 minutes to write the ad copy and image and do all the stuff. And then I sent it to him on a Word document, on a Google Doc, one of those. Here's the headline. Here's the text. Here are the links. Here are the images. Here's the call to action. And blah, that's what I did, because we have a funnel for it. And I sent it to him, and I did none of that yucky work to lay it in, put it in the right boxes, count the spaces. That is not what you're in business for, unless you want to teach people how to do social media. What I did last night is get the copy of, if you think duplication is getting in the way of your business, question mark. And we have hundreds of people now looking at these crazy ads because we just started them. But I didn't do anything of the technology in Facebook because I can't stand it. Same thing with Google Ads. I write the copy, I communicate the message. That is what you need to learn how to do. Get somebody else to put it on these different places. Like once the ad starts working, I will have him add it. Stay in your lane. Yeah. The more you go to other lanes, but sometimes people get confused. And I think that's what the lady, Miss Spencer, was saying. She's probably got a coach or somebody who says, you need to go to all these different places. If you want, you can. But step one, what is the problem that you solve for whom? And are people actually looking to solve that problem? Can you fill in this sentence? I have a business, and my business helps people who are looking to get X, to do X, to achieve X, to get rid of this problem. That's what we do. What do you do? And then once you have that, you pick one platform and put it in one place until you get your first 50 to 100 customers. And don't listen to anything or anyone else. The more you're distracted, you're like a little bird, and you can't, like a fly over the farm, and it has like how many places that the cow dung is, and they can't decide, and it dies of hunger because they can't decide which pile of crap to land on. Don't be that person. Do you understand? Right? Talk about flies and they're dumb. All right. So I think we are good to go. Have you got this? You all see this? So the discount code, you can also do the monthly, the monthly at $1,000 a month. But if it were me, I would just take the Band-Aid and do the $4,700 deal and be done with it, But remember, the guarantee is you will develop. You'll be nothing like what you were before if you do the thing. But it's like a tennis coach. Can I guarantee you're going to win the gold at Wimbledon? No. But you will be a hell of a lot better player in 6 months or a year than you are right now. I mean, a hell of a lot better. But where you'll go exactly it's I can't guarantee that. I don't know. And if they do, you're just talking to somebody who's talking out of their ear. Because remember, the money comes from other people. They have to say, I want to ride on that plane. Who wants to ride on your plane? We'll show you how to find him. Okay. Are we good? Okay, Vic, have you connected with everybody you need to connect with?
Yep. And
Okay.
Antoinette, I'm calling you first, so be right there by the phone.
Okay, we'll get cooking right now. Remember the story about the doomed fly, right? What's the fly do? Buzzing against the window. Bzz, bzz, yep. And then what? In the morning, they fall down, they're all dead. Life and death struggle going on a few feet away. The flies against the window. Why? And he says, I'm sitting there watching them with my book as I'm writing my book. The author says, across the room is the door is open. Does the fly go? No. Why? Because it thinks it's working hard against that window. And we know very well what happens to that fly. They try harder and harder and harder, but they don't change what they do. And that's the question. Are you going to change what you do or you're going to die? Because if what you're doing now isn't working, or if you don't want to do it, it's not the way to go. You have to throw yourself into this. The reason Elon Musk can eat glass or while doing this work, being attacked all the time by nobody who's achieved anything attacks him. It's all the nobodies who haven't done anything, all the envious people. Well, but he goes on. Why? Because he wants to get to Mars. If you want to find your sheep, you go on, shut everything off and focus on that. Once you have 10 grand a month coming in, or even 3 or 4 grand, you can toodaloo all these people. All right. Are we good, Vic?
We're good.
We're good to go. All right, you guys.
Right.
Thanks for
Bye.
coming.
Bye, Kim. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Awesome. As usual. Bye.